Hey everyone, before we start this video, I just want to say if you could like this video and subscribe to my channel, if you're even interested in Subarus at all, I would highly recommend it. I do Subaru stuff every single day and would love to pick up some more subscribers, and in the meantime picking up some people that can learn some stuff. So like and subscribe, that'd be great. Thanks guys. What's up everybody? I'm Logan with 89 Auto Works, and it's the day after Christmas and we are back at it today with the Rocketwagon. So yeah, today we're just going to be talking about putting the air to oil separator. We have a Grimmspeed unit that we are installing on this thing. Nothing too fancy here. Pretty simple design. This thing just bolts or screws or threads or whatever you want to say into the oil fill for the engine. And I will show you guys exactly how to route this thing and how to make it look nice and how to do it properly. So we're going to be just doing a short video on this. I didn't really see any videos on the exact setup I have, which is the Mishimoto top mount intercooler, which does not have any of the brackets for, or the, the threads for the bracket for the crossover tubes for the crankcase vent. So yeah, we're going to be installing these. I'll show you guys exactly how to do it. So we're going to jump down to the car now and I'll show you next steps here. So all right guys, this thing is it's pretty simple. There's two pieces to this. It just literally sits on here. You can just thread it on. For right now, I'm just gonna have it kind of hanging out here. So off of your turbo inlet, you will have your hose that normally would have went over to your crossover pipe here. Since this does not have your crossover pipe, this line I already went ahead and added a longer one. This line will be going here. It actually looks like we can trim this one down a little bit more. I want this to be a nice slim fit and fit nicely. So we will go ahead and trim that down. And pretty much the only things you guys need on this exact, I guess, install, it comes in the kit. You get some 1/2-inch heater hose or just any of these larger hoses like this. So it's 1/2-inch diameter that you need. We'll go ahead and trim this one just a little bit to get that finish I'm looking for, which is something like this. So, and then this one needs to just get pressed down in there a little bit farther onto the barbs, but it fits nicely there. And then something that you're going to want to do on every connection you do with this is zip tie it. So these are just Napa zip ties, nothing special, but we'll take these zip ties and just hook them up this way where you can get them nice and tight so they don't have any sort of leaking issues and we don't have boost leaks or vacuum leaks or anything like that. So we just zip tie them up like that, cut your tails, done deal. So the port off of your turbo inlet runs right across nice and straight like that, hooks up. So where this one gets a little bit more difficult is going, and let me just make sure you guys can see this back here. So yeah, this rear hose, this goes to the driver's side head. Since obviously we don't have this hose here, or the crossover pipe for your head breathers, we will have to make something work here. So what I kind of had in mind was we're going to take the hose, and to get I guess nicer aesthetic finish, we are going to run carefully to make sure we don't have it in any bad spots, and kind of just run it under the intake, which or under the intercooler, I'm sorry, and basically just crossing under the throttle body, coming over here, and we'll plug this in to kind of get it where it needs to be. So this is go under there, have this kind of come over, hook it up to the head. Get it on there nice and tight. Then we'll take a zip tie that up so I don't have to have an issue with it falling off. And I know you guys can't really see this, but at this point, it's kind of one of those things that you should probably know where you're hooking up your air oil separator if you're buying an air oil separator. But I will show you guys real quick just the little ports that these are hooked up to, just kind of to show you. So disregard all the mess over here, but this port right here would be on the passenger side head, the front right of the vehicle. This is where our hose is hooked up to. So we'll take and zip tie that up nice and tight, cut your tail. So yeah, you're gonna get just a nicer finish doing it this way. You won't see all of the hoses, you won't see everything running across the top of the motor like if I were to run it across the top of the motor. It's just a better aesthetically pleasing finish. As far as this guy goes. Nice just single fitting right there. This fitting will take and hook up to this side of the AOS. So we'll run this some way or another and get this ran through here so it sits nice and nicely into here. I've kind of had the thought about trying to see if I can't get this to feed over and under, so I can run all this under the throttle body. I'm sorry, under the intake, and get everything to stay nicely put. So I'm gonna play with this for a little bit, and then we'll see what I can come up with. Okay, so what I ended up doing was I ran this one under here like I had told you guys, and I have the hose coming out here. This one kind of weaves through under the fuel pressure regulator. And I ended up dodging this hose down, went kind of under the, in between the TGV and the air conditioning compressor, and then I'll end up just kind of looping it right here, cutting it, put it on there. Okay, I like that. Can't really see too much of it. Kind of roll these zip ties down out of the way. Get you back to having a nice hidden little, looks pretty trick that way. And then as far as doing this guy, so this is the last one. I already have the fitting pushed into there, and there's another fitting on the turbo inlet that we will just plug, and then this one we will run another hose kind of up and around. big difference here between a catch can and an air oil separator is if you're running a big rotated setup and you're pushing high crankcase pressures from high amounts of boost, 25, 30 pounds of boost, a catch can is a very good alternative option to this, just strictly because then you have somewhere that oil could actually just go and get caught, and it's also not going into your intake. But the problem with that versus an air to oil separator, and like I said, they do the same thing, but they do two completely different things. The big thing here is the problem with a catch can is if you're running a street car, really, and it's a big horsepower street car, you probably won't ever last a whole oil change without needing to empty that catch can. So it's something to consider if you're going to the track, and it's a track car, you can drain the catch can after every run on the track. Never have to worry about it overfilling or anything like that. But the downside to a catch can, or I guess the downside to an AOS versus a catch can is on the amount of boost you're pushing. If you're automatically putting that oil right back into your oiling system, so like this is drains right into the pan, well, essentially drains into the pan. The big thing there would be the fact that this will not do the same job as a catch can will. A lot of the times a catch can is pulling out fumes and other things out of the motor as well, not just per se oil. A lot of cars running E85 will run a catch can just because E85 is extremely hard on oil. So if you're having a lot of fuel in your catch can, and which on a big boost E85 car you would see that, it's not great to just recirculate that right back into the motor. A lot of different variables there, a lot of different applications that would change per se with what you're doing. This is a street car. This is a great street car mod. Something you can put on your built street car and not have to worry about all the time checking to make sure your catch can isn't full. Obviously, you still need to change or check your oil regularly, but at least you know you don't have another catch can that's half a quart or whatever that you're waiting to fill up. So that's the big difference there. Just wanted to do a quick video on this because I specifically did not see any videos on an intercooler that did not have the crossover pipes on it still. Great rig, great unit. This would apply to most EJ257 and EJ205, and the 255 is going to be a little bit different because there's different ports in different locations, so it'll be a little bit different, but there is actually a lot of videos on the EJ255 on YouTube. So I just didn't see a ton on this particular, I guess, setup. So I wanted to just have something out there for somebody that is looking to do this setup with the Grimmspeed AOS and the Mishimoto top mount. Just want to make sure something is out there for you guys. So if you guys could like and subscribe to the video, that would be great. We're going to be, for the next 7 days, I'm going to be pushing out videos because this car is going to be getting a lot of my time in it. I'm going to be doing a lot of work on this car to wrap up the details and get this car ready to go. Wednesday is the day it's getting tuned, so 100% this motor needs to be ready to fire on Wednesday. We're like 90% there. I need to boost leak test this thing and do some other miscellaneous tests on this just to make sure it's going to be solid and ready to go so I don't waste Dave's time when he gets here. And then after that, it'll be just a matter of getting the front end wrapped up, and I have a shifter, the U-joint on the actual 6-speed shifter I need to replace. We're doing a solid U-joint on that just to get a little bit, get rid of the play. You don't want play, especially on a stock car. You don't want play on a car that's got 400 plus horsepower. You definitely don't want to play. If you miss a shift with this kind of power, you're probably going to blow something up. So trying to avoid that. So we're going to be doing a couple more things this week, and then hopefully get some sick videos of this thing being on the road. We'll have to do a good break-in on it, and then after that, hopefully we'll be able to get you guys some good videos of this thing on the road, what it can do on the streets. Trying to be a service to the community, and I hope everyone enjoys and learns something from these videos. And check out my channel. There's a lot of different Subaru stuff on there. I do Subarus every single day. That's all I do, and there's a ton of content out there and knowledge, I guess, for people that don't do this stuff every day. So like and subscribe to the channel. Keep your eyes peeled. I will be having more videos out very soon. Thank you guys so much.